Hi, I'm Trish.
Hi, Trish.
She's been dying to do that. They actually say that every time I check one of my videos on YouTube before I post it somewhere, because I have to play it and they think, to make sure that it's given the right information for what someone's asked, and they always do that. Anyway, I'm here today. I'll be honest, I just want to have a whinge because I've had enough. My lap band is coming out. Let me just turn that down. My lap band is coming out soon, really, really soon, I hope. I think the last update I gave you, the coordinator, I guess, at the Alfred was needing further information from me, confirmation, I guess, that I didn't have the pheochromocytoma. And I let her know that I'd spoken to my GP and got the results of the blood tests and faxed them through. But then when she spoke to the anaesthetists, they wanted an actual letter from my endocrinologist, which I won't go into details, but I got a letter from him, an email from him, and sent that through. And they were going to talk to the anaesthetist team about it Monday or Tuesday this week. It's Wednesday today. I haven't heard anything back. If I don't hear anything back by tomorrow or Thursday, I'll call the, I think it's the elective surgery booking office or someone. I've got a name, I've got a number. I'll call them and see what's happening. But I'm just so desperate to get this thing out of me now. It's you know, sometimes I have a few good days and I think, oh, you know, it's not that bad. I've just got to work a little bit harder at it. I've got to, you know, go back to basics and, you know, look at portion size, and I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and you know, and it works well, and I'm, you know, I have a couple of mouthfuls and I'm eating slowly, and it's working how it's meant to be working, and I'm not hungry, and then I'll have another day where it's just a fucking nightmare, and I think, no, I really do need this thing out of my body. I've had it. I have absolutely had it. And here's an example. This is the last 4 days I've had. Started on Sunday, this latest little episode with my lap band. On Sunday, and I will preface this. Is that a cup of tea? Oh, thanks, Louise. You made me a cup of tea. We've just been to the gym and to the shops. And we've come home, she's made me a nice cup of tea. It started on Sunday, and I will preface this with saying, on Sunday, I was not a lap band poster girl. I was not. I'll tell you that right now. So if you want to take a little minute to go and put on your Judgy McJudgeson judging pants, go and do that, because I fully deserve it. On Sunday it was my sister's birthday, so we all went out for yum cha, and I didn't eat before we went to yum cha. I just had a cup of tea, my Barocca with cordial, and I was fine. Went to yum cha, and you know, I just ate what I wanted to whatever I wanted. I had whitebait and squid and tripe. I'll try anything once, and that was the once. And you know, I had a dumpling and, you know, the mango jelly stuff or mango pudding and coconut jelly stuff, and you know, it was fine. It all went down. I didn't have any problems at all. And I ate, you know, like quite a variety of food. And then we went back to my sister's place, and I had caramel cake ×2. That went down just fine, no problems at all. And then I drove my son's girlfriend home, and then drove him home, and then, you know, we had to stop at the supermarket, we had to stop and get petrol and everything. It was a 3-hour drive home, and I was fine when we stopped. Have you got those pants on? We stopped and we had some KFC, so I had some chips and popcorn chicken. Normally, if I'm going to have trouble with my band, that'll do it. That went down fine. that was all fine. We got home pretty late, and I was just really tired, and there was a hot dog in the fridge, and there was, a nice soft little bun on the bench, so I made myself a hot dog. And I think it was at about 7:30 when I started it. One hot dog in one soft bread roll with just, cream cheese and mustard. It took me 3 hours to get that hot dog down. 3 fucking hours to eat a hot dog, and it hurt the entire time. But it not quite often when you get food stuck with a lap band, it hurts, and it's a stuck hurt, and you need to go and vomit to relieve the pain. This wasn't a stuck pain. Like, vomiting wouldn't have relieved this. It was just pain because it was going through my band, but just so slowly, and it just hurt. The entire time it hurt. So, but I was determined. I was having a shit food day, and I was determined to get that hot dog down. So I did. And when I went to bed, like a couple of hours after that, I could still feel, and like I was drinking fluids, and I could just feel it sort of like trickling through. And so I knew there was no blockage there, but it just felt really, really swollen in there and really, really tight. But I managed to sleep okay. I didn't have any reflux or anything like that. And then when I got up in the morning, I still felt really tight. I made myself a bowl of oats, and I put extra milk in it to make them extra runny. And I sat and I had a big, I've got like big 500ml glasses. I had a big glass of warm cordial first to try to, clear it, because not a good idea to eat first up in the morning without a hot drink. So, pardon me, I made sure I could get that down, and even that took me a while to get down, and then it took me a good hour. Pardon me. It took me a good hour just to get this, and it's just a small bowl of oats down. They went down not very well. So this was the Monday, and that was probably about 10 or 11 o'clock, I think, I ate, because I had to go. I had an appointment at 3:30 to get eyelash extensions for the first time. See how pretty I am? Look at that. I'm very excited. So yeah, I went and got my eyelash extensions done, but I was so nervous. Like, I had the oats and I got them down, and I got my, I take a fluid tablet, and what's the other one I take? Pariet. They're only tiny little tablets, so I managed to get them down, and that was fine. And I normally take these big fish oil tablets as well, and I looked at the two of those, and I thought they're not going down today. And I left them on the bench. And then I thought, because I'm the girl who did my eyelashes, she's fully trained, but she's building her portfolio, so she does really cheap lashes, but she takes a little bit longer than would normally. So I knew I'd be like laying on the table for about 2 hours, and I knew my back would hurt. So I thought, well, I've got to get some Panadol in, and I thought, I don't think I can get Panadol through my band. So I had to break the Panadol down into, like 4 pieces for each Panadol. And it took me, I took them on the way over. It was about a 45-minute drive over to her place to get my lashes done. And I had a 600ml bottle of water, and I had to do it in 8 goes, like 8 little pieces of Panadol. And it took me about half an hour to get those down, because I had to swallow it and have a bit of water and wait till it sort of cleared its way through. And when I got there, because I didn't want to eat again before I went in case I had food stuck, and then I would be laying on this table for 2 hours in terrible pain from having food stuck, and I certainly didn't want to be vomiting in someone else's house. So when I got there, I am not advising anyone else do this. I did it because I have a lot of problems with back pain. I knew my back would start to spasm and really give me a lot of grief. and plus because I keep having all these panic attacks all the time, I do have a supply of Valium. So when I got there, and because I knew I'd be on the table for a couple of hours and the Valium would have worn off by the time I left, I took a Valium. Right now, when I got there and the whole way over there, it was really hard to get the Valium down. And again, I can't stress enough. I'm not telling people to go and do this. All I'm saying is I did this and this is what happened. Okay, I want to make that clear. So I had the Valium when I got there and I got on the table, and Valium for me, it works really fast. It kicks in after about 10 minutes, but it doesn't last long. It lasts, for me, about an hour. So I took the Valium and I laid on the table, and after about 10 minutes, my lap band pain was gone. I think, I know I must have had some swelling there, but I think also that maybe there was a lot of spasms, because Valium it's a muscle relaxant and a sedative. So it would make sense if my stomach was spasming, like where the band goes around in the stomach in there. If that was spasming, that would be causing pain, and the Valium would have stopped that spasming. So maybe that worked. I certainly won't be using that as a treatment as such for the lap band. But it does make me wonder. I also have Buscopan in my arsenal of medications, and Buscopan is an actual gastrointestinal antispasmodic. So maybe if I get stuck again, and it's just, sometimes you can get a bit stuck and you go and have a little bit of a vomit and you come back and it's okay. But other times it just, you get that swelling and it won't go away and you're just in that pain. I might next time try a bit of Buscopan and see if that works. And if it does work, I'll let you know. But I'm hoping for that to not happen again before I get this lap band taken out, because I'm so over it. So over it. So that sort of fixed up the problem then. But then, I got up yesterday morning and I thought, I've really got to take those fish oil caps. So I swallowed them and they didn't go through my band. They sat, in the pouch above the band. And they sat there until they dissolved. And then I had a really lovely fishy taste coming up for probably, half an hour or so. That wasn't very nice. I am glad, however, that I didn't have to vomit them up. That I have vomited them up some things since I've been lap banded, but fish oil caps is not something I want to be vomiting up. And then, yesterday I was, other than the fish oil caps, I think eating was fine. Today, I was pretty tight this morning. I had bacon and eggs and a little bit of avocado and some wilted spinach, and it did take me about an hour to get it down. Everything was just not getting stuck, but just moving through so slowly. And you know what? This is my life. And here's another thing. I went to see my osteo yesterday, and because my neck's been really, really bad, and it's all sore down the back and down into my shoulder blade. And I don't know why. I don't sleep funny. I haven't done anything to it at the gym. I can't figure it out. I did have a fall on a travelator many years ago, but it's been fixed since then. And so I was just talking to her, and I was telling her about the lap band and how I'm sick of it, and I'm just sick of vomiting all the time. And she said it's possible I've actually put my neck out with all the vomiting, or that at the very least that the vomiting's not helping my neck. So there's another collateral damage that I can add to my list of what the lap band has done to my body. So hopefully, I think I'm finished whinging now. That's probably enough. I've just had enough. I'll be so happy to get this thing out of my body. I will be over the moon. And it's Wednesday today. My lap band, other than my lunch being a bit of a bitch to get down, I've been fine other than that. But on the weekend coming up, I'm going to a friend's house for dinner, and I'm thinking, what if I get stuck? What if I have trouble eating? What if, I don't want to seem rude if I can't eat, or I don't want to have to worry about, where is their toilet situated in their house? If I need to vomit, is everyone going to hear me? And just all that shit. I shouldn't have to live, no one should have to live like this. And also, I'm not saying to anyone, don't get lap banded. And I said that right along because the lap band, when it was working for me, worked really, really well. And there is a high complication rate with lap bands, and I knew all that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just had a great big choking fit. Yeah, I'm not saying don't get lap banded, because that's not my choice to make for anyone else. That's a choice that they have to make. Go and watch my videos, watch everyone else's videos, ask lots of questions, talk to people who've had it done, and talk to people who've had good experiences and people who've had bad experiences as well, and weigh up if you're willing to take those risks. I'm just putting all this out there so that it's not all rose-coloured, because it's not. And hopefully by Friday afternoon, I will be able to make another video and say, woo, I've got a date, and hopefully that date will be within the next couple of weeks. I really hope it will be. And I hope there's no more hoops to jump through, because I'm done. I will reach down my throat and rip this thing out myself. And that's all. I'm going to see if I can get broccoli soup down for dinner. It's pretty mushy. I should be fine.